Hello, everyone. Richard Carlton. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training at fmtrain.tv, where it's 1 o'clock Pacific time. We're broadcasting in high definition on Twitch, YouTube, and Discord. And so we welcome everyone there. So real quick, I'm going to move this out of the way. So let's talk about, so it's Monday. We have an action-packed week coming up. So I'm going to go to fmtrain.tv, and I'm going to come down here and point out that you can hit the live training button right there. And you can see this is all sorts of awesome stuff. This is Nick. Nick is back. Nick was lonely. A bunch of you actually said, when's Nick coming back? And Nick was lonely. And so Nick really likes to do this. As a manager, I'm kind of conflicted, and I when I talk here, I'm not making stuff up. I'm completely honest. I'm conflicted between having Nick work on Starting Point, which he needs to finish, and doing live streams, right? So everyone loves him, but then at the same point, everyone loves him. Then they say, "Hey, how come Starting Point's not done?" Right? I get those too. So it's kind of like this, trying to figure out if there is such a thing as a happy medium. In this case, I don't think there's a happy medium. We just have to have Nick try to finish this all up. So we have today and Wednesday and Thursday, and then the following Monday, you got 4 days of Nick, and that's all we have on the schedule for him. Outside of that, he should be working on customer projects and finishing the new Starting Point. Tomorrow, I will be in here with Calvin Moserman working on, we're going to kind of execute the DAPI script step in FileMaker. It's something we've covered before, probably a year ago. We're going to recover it with the changes that came in on board with that. That's also on that script step is on at least one of the questions of the certification test. Now when I'm not here, I'm actually working on the upcoming certification training. You're like, wow, what is that? Well, if you go to fmtrain.tv, you come down to the very right button, way over that way. You can see the certification training. And we've got it tentatively set up for 5 days. There's no way it only goes 5 days. It's going to go longer. I don't know how much longer. We're going to do it until it's done. And so it's going to be, probably somewhere between a week and 2 weeks of content. If you can't make it every day, that's fine. It's going to be recorded. Now, it's not free. So this over here, this is free training at 1 o'clock. This over here is not free training. This will be at 11 o'clock Pacific time. It runs in a different slot, a different group of people. If you want to be included on this, you have to have a current subscription bundle. So if you want more information, you come down here, you say more information. This is the certification training page. It'll be very intensive. If you want to buy it, if you already have the complete training, our complete bundle, then you don't need to do anything. You're going to get an invite to this, but you need to save the dates now for this, right? Save the dates, 11 o'clock Pacific on these dates at a minimum. I would reserve the dates the next week as well, just between you and me. I don't feel bad if we run late because it is recorded. So if you miss it, you get to watch the recording. We've had some people come to me and go, Richard, I want the certification training, but I don't want your training because you're a bad trainer and I don't want to pay for that. I'm like, okay. So if you want, you can press this button right here, this button down here. It gets you only the training. It's $299. If you want our complete bundle up here, that's $299. So you can choose which way you want to go. I can't help people with common sense. I try, but there's limits to what we can do on the show here. So if we could slap Clarice around a little bit, our licensing representative from Claris. It's like, psh, 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 which one do you want to buy? I want the one with only the training for the best possible deal, right? So I'm going to turn us over to Nick. But if you want to be set up for the special high intensity training for FileMaker certification, wink, wink, then you definitely want to make sure that you have the complete bundle. And if you don't want the bundle, then just buy the training right here. No harm, no foul. I won't hold it. It's fine. Either way, no matter how you buy it, it's going to be about $299, right? Cool. So, Nick, let me quit sharing my screen here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Nick is here. Oh, there's a smiling face of Nick. I don't know if folks can see him or not. Can they see Nick yet, Margaret?
They can.
They can see Nick. Sweet. That's excellent. I'm going to turn this over to Nick. What are we doing today, Nick? What are we doing?
Okay, so today, thank you for all the good stuff you're saying. And okay, today it's a special day because it's the kind of webinar that I love to do. It's when we can demonstrate things that nobody is demonstrating. that first thing that we love doing this at ACC. So being different and it's also something that will help a lot of people. So because we are talking about we're not talking about technique, we're not talking about our knowledge, we are talking about reasoning. The reasoning. So we're talking about something new. So it's not something we talk about often in the webinar. We talk about, we have a technique for that, technique for this, but we don't have a kind of a conversation around the reasoning, how to approach problems by thinking about it, right? So it's something I like to do, and the way you use the product that will the way you use the product becomes a technique itself. You know what I mean? The way to use the product will become a technique. So it's very special. I need to demonstrate that because people say, what is talking about? The reasoning? Yeah, that's the reasoning. The reasoning to tackle complex problems. When you have complex problem, and when I say complex, it's not complicated. Not in the meaning complicated. In the mean that, you need to take care of this, take care of this, you have a lot of things you need to take care of. So that way we have the complexity because you have a lot of things. Okay, and you cannot approach this with more complexity. So your reasoning must be extremely simple, extremely basic, if you want to tackle the complexity. Otherwise, it won't work. You will build up complete. It's like when, and I know you guys, a lot of developers, they have this. They come with they start the scripts. The script is 10 line, and then you have to take care of every single what's the name? Every single thing. You have to take care of. When you do this, okay, you need to take care. Every single how you say that? How I don't have the name coming. Anyway, so when you have every you need to take care of every I have the word on my mouth. Well, it's not coming. Okay, never mind. So we are going to those 4 days will be to explain how we can use reasoning as a tool to tackle problems. So let me share my screen here. Okay, so do you see my screen?
Yes, I do. You look good to me.
Okay, so here what we want to do. So I have customer that asked me to do what we call a scheduling, right? So what we do, we need to do a scheduling over a month, right? So we have here you have our employees. They have shifts, so you can tell, you have every employee has a what's the name, as a shift. Okay, so we have a day, so 1 month, right? And we have different shift with different day off and different type of shifts depending on what you do. And you have the employee here, right? So you have the employee, you have the days. So what I wanted to do first, what we wanted to achieve here is something like this, So let's take November. So what the thing was to have 3 guys, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 when it's off. Okay. And we wanted to create this. So what we wanted to create is there's two days of the morning followed by 2 days of the afternoon followed by 2 days off. 2 days in the morning, afternoon off, morning, afternoon off, 2 days. But when the first guy does the morning, 2 days, the second guy needs to do that, need to do the afternoons, right? The first guy doing the morning, and they had. So what we want to be sure that we always have somebody in the morning, somebody in the afternoon, and somebody off, right? over the week, over the month. Okay, so that's what we wanted to do. That was we wanted to achieve that possibility that the system will automatically knows where, create the scheduling that way. Okay, and of course it needs to be programmable. We need to be able to program something like this and change it, right? So before they had a problem, they had something like this working, and to create like a month for 3 people like this, when they were clicking on the button generate scheduling, it was taking like 5 minutes, right? Between 2 and 5 minutes, okay, to create this. Now it's this, bim, it's 1 second. Okay, so we are going, so those 4 days, okay, will be how to get there. Okay, pretty much. Okay, I want, before we start talking about how this works, right, I want to show you how I can help myself by using FileMaker the right way. Okay, so it's very important to understand that what we are going to talk about those 4 days. Okay, and how using FileMaker will be a good help. Here we are going to talk about rotate table reporting, which is this, Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Okay, so this is this here. It's a rotate table reporting. Okay, it means what it means. Yeah, I have my keyboard. The key doesn't work. What it means? It means that I have those. Those are days. Dates. Okay, I have those. I have days. I have dates like this, and I want to transform that the vertical reporting like this. I wanted to create something like this. I want to create a rotate table reporting. Okay, so instead of having 1 record for each day, I have 1 column for each day. Okay, but that doesn't exist in FileMaker. We don't have an object called column. Okay, we don't have it, so we need to build it. Okay, and I will show you that is not complicated to do. And so we have this. We are going to talk about how to use dates, how to use dates calculation, date function. Okay, it's very important. How to get good things out of the date function, because the date function is something that we don't talk about, but there's one feature hidden out of the date function, and I want to talk about that. And then we are going to talk about the while function, how to use a while function. Okay, and we are going to talk about the reasoning, how to get that problem solved, the scheduling problem solved by using very simple and basic reasoning. So we are going to talk about a lot of things. P sources, we are going to talk about the performance scheduling. We are going to talk about many things here. In a real world scenario, that's why I wanted to talk about that, because this is a real world scenario. It's something existing. So, so the first thing I want to talk about is how to get this rotate table kind of reporting. FileMaker has what we call basic element, like fire and water, So we have we have basic elements. FileMaker has basic elements. What the basic element of FileMaker is this. Okay, you can see them here. This is when you look the basic elements. We have table, we have fields, okay, we have records, and we have, at the end of this, values. So FileMaker has basics elements that we need to get down, we need to use to get other things out of this. But we need to get down to the basic elements always with FileMaker in order to get something out of it. Let me demonstrate something. We have records in FileMaker. This is one of the basic elements. It's the records, right? Well, records. Inside records, we have values. So what is the value? Value, it's a piece of text separated by a carriage return. This is value, okay? Like I can do a demonstration here. What the value, okay? So we have the list and we have, let's say A, B, and C, okay? So we have three values here. It's value, okay? So we can have more complicated Nick, Marge, and Rick. Okay, this is values. It's a string. What the value? A string separated by a carriage returns. If I do this and I say value counts on this, it will say 3. I have 3 values. This is a basic element of FileMaker, the values, okay? Value is a basic element. Proof of it, we have function out of this. If I go there and I type value, I have filter value, get value, left value, middle value, right value, sort, unique, value count, right? But JSON is based on values, you know? SQL is based on values, right? So we have values. Values is a value is a basic element of FileMaker. Proof of it is we have function talking about, you know, pointing on this. And the second one is the record. We have a lot of, you know, what's the name? Record function. It's another basic element of FileMaker, right? So you know, the record number, record access, record, you know, record account. Okay, we have a lot of records function. But as you can see, we have much more values function than we have record values, right? We have much more possibility to manipulate a value than we have possibility of manipulating records. So that being said, okay, why it is important to get to the value as much as possible is because with values we can juggle much more than with records or with data in general. Data, you know, we have much more possibility to deal with values, to treat values, to, you know, to analyze values than we have to do with that we can do with records. FileMaker has this ability of transforming records into values, right? We have it. We have this possibility to transform records in values. Proof it. So we have this. See, this is values. It's a string separated by a carriage return. You know, same thing. If I do value count on this, right? I have 338 values, right? So, you can see we have those are records. You know, by the way, you know, I forgot to mention it. Those, you know, as are records transformed as values. So I can get records, and I can, you know, I have records, but I can take them out and make value out of this. And then I can say something like this. I want the middle value, for example, middle values. Oh, middle value. And this is my text. I want to start from the third, and I want 2 values. Or I want to start from the 45, and I want 10 values. Okay, so you can do what you want with the values here. You know, you have much more possibility like this, right? You can do crazy things like this. You can say, for example, you want to substitute, you want to do this, and you want to substitute the carriage return, and you want to do something like this. Okay, so what happened here, right? I took all my values, and now the separator is no longer a carriage return, it's something else, right? It's a point, it's a dot, 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 dot like this, right? Or I can just put, I don't know, 8 like this, or we don't see that, but I can do this, like for example, see? So you can do whatever you want with the value. Values, you have much more possibility of doing things. So why I'm talking about this, because we are going to heavily talk about that during my demonstration. How I can do a table rotated report without getting headaches. Because what the problem of this kind of reporting is this. Let's say, you know, I have a report based on month. So 1 month is a maximum of 31 days. Okay, it's a maximum of 31 days. Can be more, it can be less, but it's a maximum of 31 days. Okay, so if I want 31 columns, I need to build 31 fields. 31 fields. Okay, so, and each field has an auto answer calculation. Each field. And I need to do that twice. I need to have 2 fields 31 times. So we are talking about 62 fields. So this is why I'm talking about headaches. Okay, the headaches is this. I'm asking you, do you want to create a field, open it, right? Click on specify calculated value, make your calculation, close it, create a new one, do it again, create a calculation. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that 62 times? The answer is no, right? Is absolutely no. Okay. So how I can do to help myself here, you know, how I can do. Okay, I want to be able to point. I want to be able to duplicate the field and rename it. You know, I just want to do, for example, if I want to do a 32 day, if I want to do 32, I just want to do duplicate, change the name 32, and it works. That's what I want to do, right? The calculation here will work. You know, will work even though I didn't change the calc. So that how it will be possible. So that how this possible. Okay. Let me discount this because it's my real file, so I cannot. Okay. So we have here a situation where we say we have 31 days in 1 month. So, okay, I want the first column to show the first day of the month, the second column to show the second day of the month, etc., 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 etc. Okay, that's what I want to do. So, I want, for example, to show this date here, Monday 1, Tuesday 2, you know. I want an auto entry calculation that will show me this, okay? That will show me this, okay? And based on values. So I have my 31 or 30 or 28, 29, okay, depending, you know, depending on the month. Some month I will have 30, some month I will have 31. But let's say a potential to 31 day. And I want I want this here, the day one to show me the first day of my list, right? So here I have, so if you can say, you can tell here, I have a list of days, right? Let me show you. I have a list of days, list T0 to A, and I have dates. Okay. This is my month. Okay. November 1st, November 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Okay, this is my month. We have 31 months in, right? We have 31 months, 31 days in this month. Okay. So this is the values of the records that I have created. I have a script, right? I have a script that I'm going to comment in a moment. I have a script that creates that, you know. The script creates records from the 1st to the 31 or the 30th, okay? This is easy, and I'm going to come later for that. So, but so far it's so good. It's easy, you know. You have a script with a loop and new, and the day and the day first day is 20. Okay. So now, I want to know, you know. So I want to show you the power of their values, right? So now what I want to know here, I have this list. Okay. So let's do something like this. Okay. We have the list of values. This is my list of values. Okay. So far, so good. So I want to do something. I want to play a little bit with this. So what can I do with this? Okay. I want, for example, the get value. Okay. And I want the first value. Oh, it's the November 1st. Okay. The second value, the third, the fourth, you know. I want the 30th, you know, the 20th, the 30th. So now I have a connection between my value list, my list of values, okay, and I can take the first day, the second day, you know, I can do what I want. And now, right? So now that I can do this, right? So I have a complete control on this, right? So now you understand how I used my logic to help me here. Do you remember in my calc? Let's save this. In my calc, you see my day, my field are named like this: day 1, day 2, day 11. Okay, day 1, day 2, day 3, right? Day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, 10. So day 10, day 11, day 12, day 13, day. Okay. So now I want in day one, for example, in day 10, what do I want to show? I want to show the 10th day of the month. So the 10th day of my my list. So here how I'm doing this. I have my list of values, which is the list. I'm taking all the list. I'm taking all my values of the month. I am in the month of November. I'm taking the list of all the days of this month, right? And then I'm saying the word, because we have the right word. I'm going to come there and explain about the right words. Right words will take from the right the first, the second, the number of words you want. So let me show how this works. First, right words. We have right values, right words. So let's start with right words, and I'm going to explain the right values. Right words. My text is Nick Hunter. Okay, this is my text. And I said, I want from the right. So he's going to start from here, right? It's going to start from here and select the first word, right? So he's taking Hunter. So So if you have, if you have here, he's going to take this now, or this is my Greek name. My full name is this, So I have 1, 2, 3 words. So if I want to take 2 words, it will do this. If I do 3 words, it will take the see, he's doing like this, like this, like this. Okay. So, but of course, if I'm doing this, what is so any kind of separator, I know that's a separator that doesn't work, but anyway, if you have a separator like this or like this, like every type of separator, the comma is a separator, points, no, okay, points is not, the dots is not a separator, but comma, semicolon, column, underscore, dash, underscore, those are separated, word separated. But anyway, what is important to know here is this. So, why I'm doing this, what I'm going to do here, remember that the name of my fields are day space 1, space 2, space 3, space 4, space 5. This is the way I named the fields, right? So now, let's say I have get value. I'm going to get a value of the T02A of my dates, which are the 30 days of November, and the value number is this. It's the value number is the rights value of the name of my field, which is day, let's say 5, okay? And I want 1. This is get value, right value, ching ching. Okay, here it works. So I have my list of value, and I want the get value, and the get value would be the rights words. Oh, I was doing right value. Sorry, I was confused. Yeah. The right words of day 1, okay, and the number of words. So the name of the field will drive which value I want. I want day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day. So the name of the field of the auto entry calculation will automatically tell me which value I want. So now let's go back to the real calc here. Here what I'm doing. I have the list of the values. I'm taking the right words of the get field name of self. Okay. I'm taking the name of the fields of the auto entry calculation. And that is the secret of the recipe is this, right? Is the self. Because if you point to the field itself, you break it. It's no longer something that will work just by duplicating the field. You know what I mean? So the self is going to take the name of the fields of the field that the auto entry calculation is in. I am in day 10. So self will get the field name of day 10. Okay? Day 10. So that's why duplicating this will work, right? And I just need to name the field correctly, right? If I want this field to take the 11, I just have to rename it with 11, right? So that is how you can prevent yourself, right? To what's the name? You prevent yourself to have to open, close, and the same here. the same here. So we have the same logic here, right? But I'm taking something else. I want to show something else. So here, this here, the day, this is this. This is this, okay? And this one is this, is the name of the shift. So this T1 is the shift of the morning, T2 is the shift of the afternoon, and the off is the field, is the day off. Okay? So I have two fields, and I have two set of fields, sorry, and each field is one column. Day 1, shift 1, day 10, shift 10. Okay? So do we have any question? I see that we have a discussion about the separators.
Yes, there was a quick question from Stu about, is there a list of all the separator characters somewhere? But that is
So
the only
Carol, those are the separator are validated by FileMaker, right? Okay.
Yes.
So now it is important because this function, the function based on values, okay? That's why I'm making a big deal out of this, because all of this, it's impossible if I'm not taking this as a value list, as a list of value, not value list, sorry. The value list has a meaning in FileMaker. But as a list of value, it needs to be, I need to extract this, and then I can manipulate what I want. And of course, for example, here, imagine that you want the relationship itself to get you the right, day. So because I saw something like this one day, that the developer created 31 relationship. So when you go there, you go to relationship, and you have here, you have 31 relationship, January, like the first day, the second day, the third day, 31 relationship to get the right. And I know I know I'm talking, many of you watching the video in the future right now, you can recognize yourself. You to do something like that, you will have the tendency of creating 31 record or 31 relationship, or 31 days, 31 columns. So let's do 31 relationship. No, you take all the block of all the months, and you take only the one you need, right? You take only the one you need. You don't take the one you need before everything. No, you have one relationship that takes you all the bunch of days, all the package of the month. And then you cherry pick the one you want with all the great function we have based on values, So a quick demonstration, since we're here, a quick demonstration of what we have the value. So we have get value. So the get value is, so we can T0 to A, and we do date. And you say we have a list. So we have a list of, I forgot to do this, that one. We have a list, okay? And which value you want? You want the second value? You want the third value? The fourth, the fifth, the 10th? Okay. So you can get the value of a list of values, and then you pick the number you want. Then you can do something else. So you still have your list of values, and you say, okay, I want the left values, for example. So I have my list of values, and I want the 10 first, or I want the 2 first, or the 5 first, right? So you select the one you want from the left. We have the right, we have the same from the right. So you want let's say you want the last week of the month. 10 is there. Okay. You have the last week of the month, for example, or the last 10 days, or the last 15 days. Okay. So you can do like this. And we have the middle value. So what the difference with the middle value? Okay, the middle value, you have the start value and the end value, right? So you have from the value, so from the fifth, so in the fifth, you want 10, okay? But if you want to include the 15th, you know, you need to do this, because otherwise we never, okay. So, but you got a point here, okay? You got a point that the middle, you start from here and you go and you extract the number of value you need, you know? So for example, if you want to extract from the 20th of the month and you want the 5 days, you know, it's easy, you know, because you need to include, right? So you have the from 20, 21, 20, you know. So it's very cool. The value manipulation, you know, the value manipulation, very cool. Of course, you have all the goodness. For example, let's say sometime, you know, you want to count how many records you have. Okay, I'm doing that a lot. I'm converting the records as a list of values, and then I'm counting them. Okay, so I'm counting them. So it's that's why it's cool. But here, if you want to value count something, in that case here, you can do something different. But it's, I mean, you know what I'm on. Okay, we have, you extract your records in values, and then you can do much more things without leaving the calculation world.
Oh, okay, there is one. I missed it. Thank you, Ruben. It was hidden underneath everything else. Um, so is this where you would put Nick's calc into a custom function instead? Then you only have one place to update?
Yeah, because I'm using, yeah, the let statement is great, because you don't, most of the, you know, you don't want something like list or, you know, it's better like this, you know, because the UI will focus on this. Okay, so we don't care about that. Okay, you know, okay, you have the list of value is this, but imagine, look the difference between with the calculation. If you have a calc like this or a calc like this, it's better, is easier to read a calc like this. That's why I'm putting the, and as you said, I'm putting in a let statement. Then I change this. If I want to copy this logic, for example, and paste in another field, another layout, another field or another file, I just have to replace this, and my logic will work, right? So that's why, yeah, I'm doing the let statement a lot. Okay, for that, and for readability, but most of the time it's for readability, because it's better to get value of the list of value than I want the value 1 or the value 2 or 3, you know. So it's better to read that. So now, since we have 10 minutes here, so now you got the point here that using the name, the field naming solved my big problem of duplication of 62 times the same thing. Okay, so now you understand. I build the first, and I just duplicate, and just rename it. You know, like rename this. So just what I done. I didn't have to open this, right? Open this and change, right? I didn't have to do that, right? So that's why it works very well. So the field naming saved my butt here. So now that we are on the date, you know, and because we're talking about dates here, I want to show you something very cool. How you know, right? Before and how many days you have in January. How you know how many days you have in January, how many days you have in February. And February, you have a trick. Every 4 years, it changes. It's 29, 28. So how many days, you know? So I saw people saying they have a table, and they say, okay, January 31, February So based on years, they have 30, 28, 20. So they build pretty much a table with this. Okay. So that's the first way to do that. Then the second way, yeah, okay, give up there. But many people doesn't know that. Take the value of next month minus 1. Yes, but where? Because next month, okay, let's do that. Let's do this. Get as date, okay? And I'm going to do, you know, I want, for example, I want this 12/6/2021. Okay, but now I want to say, or I'll do this. Okay, 11/6, November 6, 20. Okay, now I said I want this. I want this. 11. Oh. So it works, right? It works very well. I want the next month, right? I want the next month of the month we are here. I want the next month. So the month plus 1, that next month. Then it will say 11. But 12 doesn't work. So why it doesn't work? It worked for 11, it worked for 10, but it doesn't work for 12. It doesn't work because there's no 13 months in a year. So that's why this way doesn't work. So you take the date function, and here you say, for example, date, you know, you say first year 2021, and the month you say 10. And then you say 10 plus 1, right? 10 plus 2, or whatever. Or let's say we do 11 plus 1. And look what happens if I say 12 plus 1. Bam. It switched to January or 22. So 12 plus 1, he knows that he needs to go to the month next to the 2021. Okay. So I want to tell you that because most of the people doesn't know that this function has this. Look, it's a particularity, right? It's a particularity that the date function has this, and it's working the same way for the day. Okay, so let's say here, right? I'm in the 30, the 31, you know, and here I say plus 1. It will switch to the next year. You know what I mean? So I can do this, and I'm going to the November plus 1, 31. So November plus 1, you go to December. But because you go to the 31 plus 1, you go to January, because yes, it's December. Of the 31st of December plus 1 is January 1st, right? So most of the people doesn't know that this date function has this particularity of doing this, right? So let's say now, so I know I am in November, I am in December. I go to the next month, and I'm saying this, minus 1. So now I know that December has 31 days, right? But let's say, okay, January, it has 31. How I know that? Because, you know, I am in the first, you know, I am here, the what's the name? I said the February is January plus 1 minus 1. So it's 31 day in January. 28 days in February. See, January, 31 days. 28 days in February. But in 2024, it will be in 29 days. Right? He knows because 2024, it's a 29, right? automatically. I don't have to do crazy calc. Okay, it's so current month plus 1 minus 1 day. So I go to February here. I go to March. I go to March here. I go to March 1st, and I go 1 day before, right? So, and this for all months, April, May. So thanks to this, I could build something like this. Okay. How I generate the month, I get how many months I get, how many months I need to get, So it's doing this. Start is the current month, the current day, the current year. And the end is the current month plus 1, current day, current years minus 1. Right? So this is how I build this. It's very simple, right? So current month, current date, current years, current day, okay? And I'm doing my calculation here, right? And then I have my range. What's range? Range is the tail recursive function that gives me the list. Okay, so I have a custom function that you will get in this file. It's a custom function I built a long time ago. So you have range, and you say, okay, starts. You want to start 01, 12, 01, 2021, and you want to start. The end is 12, 31, 2021. Okay, I think I need to put this. Okay, so range we do this. Why doing this? Yeah, the best is to do the real. I need to get us that. It need to be dates, So it gives you the list of the dates, from 1 to 31. Okay, it gives you the list. So this is how you get the month, right? So you see, well, okay. So we have the function, but this function is working because I have a list of value. I don't know why it's not doing it. I can't, I don't know why I can't use my range function here. Starts, it's, now it should have 20, 21, and 12, 31, 2021. I don't understand why it's not doing this. Or do I need to do this? Each time I need to get as dates. I have a problem with my keyboard here. My command function key doesn't work well. I don't know if I need to do this. Okay. No, I don't know. Anyway, so we have values, and then because we have values, we can do what we want, right? So if we don't have any question, so tomorrow, yeah, but I did the quote, it didn't work. Yeah, I did it didn't work. Look, I did it didn't work. Range. I did this, so 12, 01, 2021, and 12, 31, 2021. Normally, it should have say, it should have put, I don't know why. Oh, well, hold on a minute. Yeah, it should have done this. It should have done it. I don't know. Maybe because I am in. Maybe because I'm in the. I changed my server is on another country. No, I don't know. Yeah. Tomorrow I will. So tomorrow, a little tease for tomorrow. So now we have this. here you see that I have many different colors and stuff like that. And for example, if I delete this, I change the scheduling and I put December, you will see that the days will change here. The Sunday is the 5th, 12 and 19. And if I delete this and I change the month and I put, I don't know, July, right? You see that it's Sunday 4, 11, 18. It's different, right? So obviously here I have, what's the name? Conditional formatting. And of course you can see in December, especially in December, I have a conditional formatting that shows me day offs. February 24, 25th, and 31. Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to show you how to build conditional formatting by selecting this and editing conditional formatting at once. And it will work automatically on every single field without to do conditional formatting field by field, right? So yeah, I don't know what. I don't know, or David. I will show. I will make it tomorrow. Each time, each time I'm making this demonstration of the range, I have this problem. I don't know how to get. So that's why I always have the best way is to build. If I have to do this, I will do date one, right? I do this, and that will work. You should date one and storage global, okay? And you say duplicate date two, okay? That would be global as well. You put this in here, so date one, and here date two, and you do this, right? So you say, okay, I want 12/1/2021, and here you say 12/31/2021, and then you go there and you say this. So and here we work. So that's what I'm doing. Range starts its dates 1 and end is date 2. Bam. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. So you have now I have this. I have a list of values. This is the list of values. So now my script, right? You know what my script is doing. When I can say, I copy this and I say get value of this. I want the value 1, 2, 3, 4. So I create the months with values. So I have what's the name? My script is here. Here, it's very simple. We are going to do that again tomorrow, but just a tease. So I have my list of days. I create the month, right? And then here I have a new, what's the name? A record stuff, a new record, that stops when, and it gets the counter. We say 1, counter 2, counter 3, counter 4, and each time I'm taking the day next, right? So the first day is the second day of the list. So it will be the 1st of December, the 2nd of December, the 3rd of December, based on the counter, right? And it stops when I come to the maximum of the list, which will be 31 day in December, 28 day in February, or 29 in 2024, right? So it's very simple. That's why, when if you don't use that technique, right? You don't use it. You don't use this, and you want to do that. You want to create a list. You want to create a calendar like this. You want to create records. So your calculation here, how you do that, So, and this was easy to do. Why? Because I have all those. I have these dates. I have this date function that gets me the end, the next day, the end of the next month, right? I have the date function, and I have this get value of a list of value, right? Thanks to that two things, everything is super simple like this, right? Okay. You can try it, see performance. Okay. You try to see the performance for the list schedule for 50 records? I don't understand the question here. You can can you try to see the performance for the list schedule on WebDirect with 50 records? You mean 50 records here, right? 50 records here, 50 people. It will be instant. On WebDirect will be more than instant because it's the same. WebDirect, this here, let me delete this. WebDirect, everything is performed on server. Okay. My script here, I'm generating variable based on nothing. Okay. I'm doing nothing here in terms of performance. I'm doing nothing. And then I have my perform script on server here, which is instant. Okay. And then here, just I need to generate the calendar because here I just generated the days. And here now that I'm generating the days, I need to generate the calendar, which is instant, right? And then I sort. So 50 records, 100 records. I think you will start having performance issue after 1,000 records, I think, with this technique here, because I'm doing absolutely nothing. But I'm not going to give up the thing before the end, right? But I'm doing nothing. It's simple. I have a list of values, right? And I just have get value 1, get value 2, get value 3. That's all what I'm doing here. I'm going to show you this. That's why the beauty of it. But tomorrow we are going to see how we go the conditional formatting, right? And then the third day we are going. Okay, tomorrow as well we are going to show the logic on this, right? Why we have the logic? What the logic to get this working, right? The T1, T2, and to switch like this without doing a crazy calc, right? So we are that tomorrow. Okay. Ruben said this makes me rethink all my. Yes. Okay. So this is important. Okay. Long story short, the goal of those webinars is to get you to think values as much as possible, without because. And to go to get where FileMaker is the best. FileMaker is the best when you use value. So you extract your records. Here the demonstration is you have records. Those those are records. Just want to do the demo here. Okay, so if I go to the calendar here, and I just delete all. Here, what I'm doing here, when I generate this, I create records. Okay, so I have records. They're here. I have 93 records. It's 31 day by 3. Okay, because I have 3 guys. I have 31 day in December. Right? December, 31 day by 3 is that's 93. And I have records. So it's easy. New. And this is just a get value. It's a get value of a list. I have a list and I'm getting the value. And I put that in the auto entry calculation. So tell me where that can be wrong. Where can that be slow? I'm creating a bunch of records that are new bunch. It's a new records with and the value is get value of my list of from the 1st of the month to the 31, right? And then I'm creating 93 records based on get value this, get value that, right? So it's impossible to be slow, and in WebDirect the same. It's impossible to be slow because I'm not trying to do that at the record level. I'm doing everything before the record level. I'm on the value on the list of value level, and then when I have my values, I'm creating the records. So I think we can land the bus or whatever. But tomorrow we continue the adventure of this, and we have our 3 other days on this.
Yep, this will be fun. Okay, awesome, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nick. I'm excited. Wait, not tomorrow. It'll be Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes. Just reiterating that real fast.
Yeah,
okay.
No problem.
Thank you, everyone. You have
Thank you.
lovely,
Bye-bye.
lovely time.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.